Hello friend, I am Chandrakant Thakkar and welcome back to my channel Chandrakant Thakkar's Official. So today we will see about how to draw the scatter plot chart using the simple 5 line of code. So here is the example of the scatter plot chart which indicates the sales versus revenue of various products in the last 3 years. So in this chart on the x-axis I have taken the sales of the product, on the y-axis I have taken the revenue of that product. So each circle in this chart indicate the various product and the color of this circle indicate the last 3 years of data. So let's see how to draw this chart. Here I have taken the SVG of the width 800 and height 800, and this is the code for drawing this grid showing the x and y coordinates in the SVG. Now let's understand the data. So this is the CSV file containing the sales of the various product for the last 3 years. So here you can see that we have the date column, product column, investment, sales, revenue and revenue percentage. So using this data we will generate our scatter plot chart. Here I have converted that CSV data into the JSON and put that data into the script.js file. Here you can see the array of JSON that contain the sales of various products in the last 3 years. Now let's start the coding for scatter plot chart. Here I will declare the variable SVG width is equal to 800 because I have declared the SVG tag with the width 800 and height 800. So I will declare the variable SVG height is equal to also 800. Now we'll take the width variable for drawing the scatter plot chart. So before that I will declare the margin variable that contain the margin left, right, top and bottom. So left will be 100 pixel, right is also 100, top 100, left 100, bottom will be 50 pixel and right will be 100 pixel. So here I will change the right is equal to 50 pixel so that we can easily see the chart. Now width is equal to SVG total width minus margin dot left plus margin dot right. Now same we will do for height of the our chart, that will be SVG height minus margin dot top plus margin dot bottom. So here we have declared the variable width and height that we will use for drawing our chart. Now declare the x domain variable that contain the domain for the x-axis. So I will use the data variable. So this data variable we have declared into the script.js file. So here when I will use the console.log is equal to data, then it will show all the data that we have declared into the script.js file. So you can see the array of JSON available here. Now x domain will be d3.extend. Here I will pass data dot map. It will return the all the cells from the data. So it will find out the min and max cells for the x-axis domain. Now x-axis range is equal to, it will be my 0 to our width. Now we will declare the xscale variable. So it will be d3.scale_linear. In that, as a domain, I will pass x domain and dot range is equal to x range. Here I have put console.log. Now I will copy this code and paste below to declare the same thing for y-axis. So here y domain, it will be revenue on the y-axis, then y range will be height to 0. This is our y range, and y scale will be same, scale linear. Here it will be y domain and y range. The same console.log I will put for the y-axis. Now we will declare the x-axis is equal to d3.axis axis bottom. In that we will pass x scale, and same for the y-axis. Y-axis is equal to d3.axis left, and in that we will pass the y scale. So here we will pass y scale. Now for appending the x-axis, this is our first step, that we will append the x-axis. So d3.select svg.append g. We will provide the class to this g element as x-axis, and we will transform this g element to the bottom side using the x coordinate will be my margin dot left. So translate x coordinate will be margin dot left, and y coordinate will be svg height minus margin dot bottom. Now we will select d3.select that x-axis g element dot append one g element inside that, and dot call dot x-axis. So it will draw the x-axis in the bottom of the output window. Now change the tick format of the x-axis and control the number of ticks. I will use the x-axis dot ticks. It will be 5. And dot tick format. As a tick format, I want to append the dollar sign in front of the number. So I will use the tick format. In that I will get the tick value, and just I will append the dollar in front of the number. So you can see in the output that dollar will be appended to the number. Now I will just copy the code and paste it to create the y-axis. So this is the second step, that drawing the y-axis inside the SVG. So just I will change, instead of x-axis class I will provide the y-axis and change the transform translate to margin dot left and margin dot bottom, and here call y-axis. So your y-axis will be available. Now there was some problem, just I will change margin dot bottom to margin dot top. So now we will get our y-axis in the chart. Now I will remove the code for drawing the grid, so you can easily see the x and y-axis in the chart. Now I will just format the ticks. So inside the x-axis, just select all the text and provide the style. That font size will be the 14 pixel. So I will put font size is equal to 14 pixel for the x-axis, and we'll just copy the code and use this for the y-axis. So it will increase the font size to 14 pixel. Now we will start with our third step, that appending the x-axis label. So we will select D3 dot select x-axis dot append text dot text, it will be cells. So now we will position this cells label by attribute. X will be width divided by 2 and y will be margin dot bottom into 0.5, or we can say 0.7. Dot style will provide the font size will be 14 pixel and font weight to bold, it will be 16 pixel. Something went wrong, font weight will be bold. So now you can see the effect. Font size is equal to 18 pixel and font weight it is equal to bold. Now I just copied and paste. That is our fourth tabs for our chart. So here I will just change the text to the revenue and append the attribute transform and rotate the text to 270 degree. So effect is not available. Now I need to change, instead of dot attribute I need to use the style element. So just I will change attribute to style. So your text will be rotated to 270 degree. Now x coordinate for the label y will be height by 2 into -1 and y coordinate will be margin dot left into 0.5 into -1. So I will just change to 0.6, so it will show better. Now final step for the chart, that is appending the circles inside the SVG. So we will select the SVG dot append the G element and provide the class for this G element is equal to circle G. Now dot attribute transform and translate to margin dot left and margin dot top. Now D3 dot select this circle G dot select all circle dot data, that is our data that we have created for this chart, and dot enter dot append circle dot attribute. So circle contains the x, y and radius. So CX, CY and radius. So CX for the circle, it will be X scale of D dot cells, and CY for the circle, it will be D of Y scale of D dot revenue. Now for the radius R, I will just pass the 5. I found the mistake that I forgot to put dot because circle G is the class. So now you can see the output inside the SVG. Now I have made the mistake into the transform spelling. So transform, then you can see the proper output in the output window, that all the circles available with the fill color black. Now for the color inside the circle, it is based on the year of the data. So we have the data available for the last 3 years, 2018, 19 and 20. So I am declaring the color variable for 2018 year. I want the color red, and same for 19 and 20. For 2019 I will change the color to green, and for 2020 it will be orange. So I have declared the object variable color. Now inside our fifth step, so just I will provide the style, and fill color of the circle will be based on the year of the data available. So it will be color of D dot time format, because we have the date available. From the date I will extract the year. So just I will use time format %y, and inside that I will pass the D dot date. So you can see that your final output is available. Now it is showing the all the sales versus revenue of various product for the last 3 years. So your circle represent the various product, and color of the circle represent the different year. Now for the tooltip, I have declared one div with the class name .tooltip. So I will just select that tooltip div using d3.select.tooltip and assign that to the div variable. Now inside our circle element, we will provide the mouse event, that is on mouse hover. I will pass the function that will provide the data for the tooltip. So inside the div, just I will show the div using the transition and duration property. So transition duration 200, and I will just provide the opacity of this div to 1. By default our opacity for that div will be 0. So here I will provide the opacity 0.9, and .html. Now div.html will be the output that I want to show inside the tooltip. So for that HTML, I will create the HTML for the tooltip. So I will write d3.time format. So at the top line inside the tooltip, I want to display the time. So here I will write d3.time format and extract the year from the date. Then I want to show the various product name and its sales versus revenue for that specific here. So here I have appended the product inside the tooltip. Now same thing, I want the sales versus revenue of that product. So I will put the sales and revenue for the product. So this is the HTML that I want to show inside the tooltip. Now you can see that your tooltip is available at the top side. So you need to pass the X and Y position to the your tooltip div. So for that I will just provide the style is equal to d3.event.pageX plus 10 pixel dot style. Same thing for the top, d3.event.pagey minus 30. So that I have put it into the bracket. This is the top. So now whenever you mouse over, your tooltip will be available to the specific circle. Now your tooltip is not gone when you mouse out to the circle. So for that just we need to provide the mouse out event for that circle element. So here I will just provide the mouse out and remove the extra code. Just transition and duration will be 500 and opacity will be 0. So now whenever you mouse over and mouse out, your tooltip should be gone. Now here mouse out. So here you can see the effect that whenever you provide the tooltip, mouse over on the circle, it show the tooltip, and mouse out, it will means hide the tooltip. Now for legend, I will just declare one div with the class legend. Inside that I will take one div with the class right align, because I want the div on the right hand side. So this right align div will be available on the right side of the top window. Now I will provide one div with the class box. This box contains the square and class label that contain the year label. So box is the square that contain the color for specific year, and label contain the year label. So here I will write 2018, 19 and 2020. So you can see the output. And now for the box, I will provide the style and background color for that box will be red, green and orange. So for 2018 it will be red. Same for I will put for inside the, so I have put this inside the label. So by mistake I will just remove this and put that style for the box class. So here you can see the final output of our this video. So by this way you can take the legend inside your chart. So this is the style that I have written for the right align, and for the box I have provided the height and width and also the margin. So this is the CSS for the legend. So by this way you can easily, using the 5 step, the one step for the x-axis, second step for y-axis, then third step for the x-axis label, fourth one step for the y-axis label, and the last step for drawing the circle. So using these 5 steps you can create the scatter plot chart. Now if you want the code for this video, you can see into the description tab. Now thank you very much for watching this video. If you like, then please like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Bye.